Here with my friends, Ryan Seaman, Dallin Weeks of I Don't Know How, but They Found Me.
Hi, Megan.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for having us in your garage.
Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm going to make you clean it afterwards, so I hope that's okay.
Well, we had, during sound check, we had a very Spinal Tap moment when we were testing this garage for the first time. And that false
button.
start where it only opened up to like there.
Yeah, I know. It was a fake out.
We should have just went with it.
I know.
Yeah.
It kind of goes with the band. So I want you to know that my 17-year-old dreams are coming true right now because I used to be obsessed with your band, the Brobecks.
I've heard that about you.
Yes.
And that's so flattering. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember going to see you guys at Club Moscow. And I found you on MySpace.
Taking it way back.
I did. I know. And so that's actually how you two know each other because you played in that band together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We met like 10 years ago and have been friends ever since and periodically get together to work on songs and finally decided to do it permanently. So
I love it.
And here we are.
So the
again.
concept behind I Don't Know How, But They Found Me, or idkhow for the kids. It's a really fun concept, and you guys were actually playing kind of in secret at first. So can you tell us about the concept behind the band and, just sort of launching it?
Well, playing in secret came before the concept, really.
Okay.
It was important for us to sort of start from the ground up like any band would and not really take advantage of the bands that we were playing for at the time or their fans. We wanted to be respectful of those positions. And we wanted to also see if the music that we were making could sort of stand on its own and get people's attention, without anyone knowing or really caring what bands we were playing for. So the concept of how to, the aesthetics, I guess, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, just how it was like the lost tapes.
Yeah, that came about like as we were in the recording process. I would fall into these weird YouTube holes of old performances from like Top of the Pops or Old Grey Whistle Test and this really obscure show from like New Jersey in the late 70s and early 80s called Stairway to Stardom. It was like this talent show, kind of like Star Search, but nowhere near as pro. It was like done in someone's basement, and it was so bizarre, like this parade of people who were all so sure that they were going to make it, and this was their big chance to be on this cable access show. And I fell in love with it immediately, and I wanted to be on that show, but we couldn't really do that without being from that time period, so that's kind of where that whole idea started to form.
Yeah, I really love that. So you guys were both, like you said, in, very prominent bands, Ryan being in Falling University, being with Panic at the Disco. So going from, playing around the world, but sort of being a little bit more like in the background, and then going to being a two-piece, and you've been playing some big festivals, and you're going to be playing some more this summer. Was that like a little bit scary, or did you feel like it was just natural and you were in your element?
I think it's just kind of where we just like took off, because we've been playing together, 10 years before that, and we never really lost touch with each other, and any kind of break we would
like
get.
Getting on a bike, I guess.
Yeah.
It is all still very familiar, but it did take me a minute to sort of remember how to fit into that frontman role.
Right.
Again.
Yeah, totally.
Because it had been almost a decade since I had done that, so I was definitely not fully comfortable and confident with myself being in that role for a while. So I guess that might be another reason why we started playing in secret, for me to sort of find that place again mentally.
Yeah, well, I saw you guys at the Viper Room, and I think that was one of your early shows.
Yeah.
And I thought it was awesome. Like you guys killed it, like from the get-go. I feel like it was
that
really good.
was the show that I wrote a song on the way down to that show called Nobody Likes the Opening Band.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you played it that night, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were slotted to open the show that night, and it had been a while since we'd been in that spot. But because if you're a performer, chances are you're going to be an opening band.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime in your career.
Yeah.
And so it had been a minute since we were there, so I wrote that song as a way of sort of not only processing that again and getting comfortable being in that spot, but also addressing the elephant in the room when it comes to opening acts and wanting to encourage people to give new things a chance, which is sort of the whole point behind the song. But that was that show.
Yeah, and I really love the music video also for that.
Thank you.
You guys have this very just obscure, awkward style to what it is that you do. Do you guys come up with the treatments yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obscure and awkward describes us like to a T. So
But I
we
love
really
it.
kind of lean into that as hard as we can. Because why not, you know? Stick
Yeah.
with what you know, I guess. And
Absolutely.
obscure and awkward is what I know for sure.
So 1981, the extended play is the name of the EP. And so you worked with Tim Anderson from I'm a Robot, one of my favorite
Yeah,
bands.
I love I'm a Robot.
I
Holy-
love that band.
I saw them live like 8 times, maybe. I flew here in my I'm a Robot T-shirt, actually, and got to work with Tim Anderson on a song called "Absinthe," which is on the EP. And I was fanboying pretty hard the whole day, but after we were done and the day ended, I'm like, all right, I got to tell him. I got to tell him the story about how I'm a huge fan of his band, and I actually met them once back in the day, and I was like, super Punisher for sure. But he hooked me up with free tickets to one of their shows that I wasn't able to get into. And
Oh, nice.
Brought me backstage to meet everybody, and I'm still a huge fan of everyone who's part of that band. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I saw them at like a weird pop-up in Echo Park once and on Jimmy Kimmel, and I love that band. So you guys pairing together is like perfect.
it would be great for them to do a reunion show. I'd be there
I
in a
would love
heartbeat.
that if we can make that happen. So what does sort of the near future for you guys look like with the band?
Just playing shows, and we're trying to get together more ideas for
Sort of collecting ideas for full
potential
length. We
full-length,
already
yeah.
have some, on hand, but we don't want to release anything without being fully realized first. So we got to take some time and find moments to piece all that together
can't rush
in
that.
between all the shows that we're doing.
Can't
So-
rush the creative process.
Yes, no, totally.
So we're definitely going to be busy, and that's a great problem to have for
Yeah.
sure. So.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to watching you guys play again sometime soon. And I just want to thank you so much for hanging out with me in
Thank
the
you for
KROQ
having us.
garage.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank you
having
so
us
much.
in your mom's garage. This is
Thank
awesome.
you. I don't know how, but they found me, and I'm Megan Holiday. It's the world famous KROQ. Oh, wait. I'm a professional.
What happened? Oh,
Oh, yeah, you got to close it. And I got to spin in this chair. I can't
Wait,
not
and then
spin
the
when I'm in
stools.
one of these. Oh, I forgot to do the thing.